Welcome back to our channel Rare Coins Hub. In today's video, we're going to explore something really interesting and exciting. Stay with us and don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get started. The 1983 USA 5-cent coin, commonly known as the nickel, may seem like just another small piece of currency, but its story is far more fascinating than one might initially expect. As a collector's item, this seemingly ordinary coin has become one of the most talked about specimens in the world of numismatics. With an intricate design, a rich historical context, and a minting process that highlights both innovation and tradition, the 1983 nickel is much more than its face value. To truly appreciate the 1983 5-cent coin, we must first understand the historical backdrop against which it was produced. The year 1983 was a pivotal one in American history. The country was emerging from the economic stagnation of the late 1970s and early 1980s, and the Reagan administration, which had taken office in January 1981, was ushering in a period of economic recovery and change. The early 1980s saw a revitalization of the American economy, with significant efforts to curb inflation, reduce unemployment, and promote free market policies. On the global stage, the Cold War was still a defining feature of U.S. foreign policy, and tensions with the Soviet Union were at a peak. While these political and economic shifts were shaping the nation's future, the United States Mint was quietly continuing its work of producing coins for daily circulation. Among these coins was the nickel, a coin that had been in circulation since the 19th century. Though its design had undergone several changes since its inception, the basic premise of the nickel remained the same: a coin worth 5 cents, made of a durable and cost-effective metal alloy, and featuring symbolic imagery that resonated with the nation's values. The 1983 nickel was minted during a period when the U.S. Mint was working with a specific blend of metals for its coins. By the time the 1980s rolled around, the composition of the nickel had shifted to a combination of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This was a slight change from earlier compositions, which had included more silver and other metals. The result was a coin that was affordable to produce, durable for circulation, and easily recognizable. But it wasn't just the composition that made the 1983 nickel noteworthy, it was the subtle design changes that would come to define this particular year's release. Like most nickels from the 20th century, the 1983 version featured the portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, or front side. Jefferson, the third President of the United States and a key figure in American history, has appeared on the nickel since 1938. The coin's obverse design was based on a portrait of Jefferson by artist Rembrandt Peale, a rendering that captured the statesman's solemn and dignified features. Jefferson's portrait has remained a constant throughout the years, and the image evokes the ideals of liberty, democracy, and the pursuit of happiness, values that are ingrained in the American identity. However, what sets the 1983 nickel apart from other years is the reverse design. The reverse side of the 1983 nickel featured a depiction of Jefferson's home, Monticello, located in Charlottesville, Virginia. Monticello, one of the most iconic buildings in American architecture, had appeared on the reverse of the nickel since 1938, and it continues to be a symbol of Jefferson's legacy. The detailed engraving of Monticello on the 1983 nickel was a reminder of the rich history and architectural achievement associated with the early years of the nation. The reverse also displayed the words E pluribus unum, Latin for out of many, one, Monticello, and the coin's denomination of 5 cents. The 1983 nickel, despite its familiarity, also carries an important place in the world of coin collectors due to certain nuances in its minting process. It's not just any 1983 nickel that's valuable, but rather those in pristine condition, those with unique minting errors, or those produced in specific minting facilities. The United States Mint operates several locations around the country, including facilities in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins are struck at these locations, with each mint having its own distinct mark to indicate the source of the coin. These mint marks appear on the reverse side of the coin, and they help collectors determine which facility produced the coin. The 1983 nickel, like many other coins of the era, was produced at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. However, it is important to note that the year 1983 was one in which the U.S. Mint was facing significant demand for coins in response to economic recovery. The vast number of nickels produced during this time resulted in a relatively high level of circulation, which, in turn, made it less likely that many coins would be preserved in mint condition. This brings us to one of the most important aspects of coin collecting: the condition of the coin. A nickel that has been in circulation for years can accumulate scratches, dents, and discoloration, all of which can detract from its overall value. A coin's condition is graded on a scale, with higher grades indicating better preservation. Coins in mint state are those that have been carefully preserved and show little to no signs of wear. These coins are highly sought after by collectors, as they are considered the best examples of a coin's design and craftsmanship. When it comes to the 1983 nickel, coins that are graded as MS 67 or higher are especially valuable. These coins exhibit exceptional quality and feature sharp details, vibrant luster, and minimal imperfections. A coin in such pristine condition can command impressive prices on the secondary market, especially when it is a rare find. But even without perfect grading, certain variations and errors can also increase the coin's appeal and value. The 1983 nickel is particularly notable for a series of minting errors that have made certain coins highly coveted by collectors. One of the most sought-after variations is the 1983 D nickel with a double die error. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin has a misalignment, causing the design to be imprinted more than once on the coin surface. A double die error can result in faint or bold impressions of the coin's features, depending on the severity of the misalignment. These errors are rare, making them particularly valuable to numismatists. A 1983 nickel with a double die error can fetch a price many times higher than a standard nickel in good condition. Another common error for the 1983 nickel involves the mint marks themselves. Some 1983 nickels were struck with misplaced mint marks, or with mint marks that were too faint to read. These errors create a unique and rare version of the coin, further increasing its appeal among collectors. In general, any 1983 nickel with an anomaly or variation that deviates from the norm holds the potential to become a valuable collector's item. As with many coins, the rarity of the 1983 nickel plays a key role in its value. While many 1983 nickels remain in circulation or are stored in personal collections, those that stand out due to their condition, minting errors, or specific production characteristics are the true treasures. Over time, these unique specimens become increasingly rare, and as the years pass, the demand for high-quality versions of the coin continues to grow. So, what makes the 1983 nickel truly remarkable? It is the combination of historical context, striking design, meticulous minting process, and potential for rarity that makes this coin an enduring object of fascination for collectors. The 1983 nickel stands as a symbol of both the past and the future, a reminder of the nation's founding principles, its cultural legacy, and its economic recovery during a pivotal time in American history. Now, let's talk about the value of this coin today. You might be wondering, how much could a 1983 nickel really be worth? After all, it's just 5 cents, right? Well, for those who have taken the time to search for the rarest and most pristine examples, the value can be staggering. Depending on the condition of the coin, its minting errors, and its rarity, the 1983 nickel can sell for hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars. In fact, a well-preserved 1983 nickel with a double die error or a misplaced mint mark has been known to fetch prices as high as $134,000 at auction. This figure is far removed from the coin's original 5-cent value and is a testament to the growing interest in rare and exceptional coins. The 1983 nickel has truly proven itself to be a collector's treasure, and its impressive value has made it a highly sought-after item in the numismatic world. So, if you happen to come across a 1983 nickel in your collection, don't dismiss it as just another piece of change. Take a closer look. Is it in mint condition? does it have a rare minting error? If so, you might be holding on to a coin that is worth far more than its face value. In the world of numismatics, even the smallest coins can yield the greatest rewards, and the 1983 nickel is a perfect example of this. The 1995-cent coin, or nickel, is one of those pieces of currency that, at first glance, might seem like an everyday item. For most people, it's just a small, often overlooked coin used in everyday transactions. But when we take a closer look at its history, design, and the collector's market, this unassuming coin becomes much more interesting. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual collector, the 1990 nickel has a story worth telling, and today, we're going to dive into that story in detail. To begin, let's consider the year 1990. It was a time of change and growth for the United States, with significant shifts taking place in the economy and the global political landscape. The early 90s marked a period of economic recovery following the recession of the late 1980s. The economy was growing steadily, with the tech boom beginning to take shape, signaling a transformation that would define the next few decades. The 1990s were also characterized by the rise of personal computers, the expansion of the Internet, and a cultural shift toward the digital age. But beyond the economic and technological changes happening in the United States, there was something more subtle yet significant taking place: a focus on the design and production of the nation's currency. The United States Mint, responsible for producing the coins that would circulate in the economy, had spent decades refining and perfecting its coin designs. In 1990, the 5-cent coin, known as the nickel, was one of the most recognizable coins in circulation. The nickel, however, wasn't just another coin. Its design had remained relatively unchanged since 1938, with the famous portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse side and the image of his home, Monticello, on the reverse. This iconic design was the product of the collaboration between the United States Mint and renowned artist Felix Schlag. Jefferson's likeness, based on a portrait by Rembrandt Peale, had become synonymous with the ideals of liberty and democracy, while the depiction of Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia estate, underscored his contributions to American architecture and culture. By 1990, this design had been in circulation for decades. But the nickel itself had undergone a few subtle changes over time. The most significant of these changes was related to the composition of the coin. In 1982, the U.S. Mint had switched from a silver-nickel alloy to a more cost-effective composition of copper and nickel. The 1990 nickel, like its immediate predecessors, was made up of 75% copper and 25% nickel, which helped keep production costs low while ensuring the coin's durability in circulation. Although the design of the 1990 nickel remained consistent with the traditional portrayal of Jefferson and Monticello, there were always variations in the minting process that would make each coin unique. Coins that had been struck at the Philadelphia Mint, for example, were marked with the P mint mark, while those produced at the Denver Mint were marked with the D mint mark. The 1990 nickel, like others produced during this era, featured these distinguishing marks, making it possible for collectors to trace the origins of a coin by its mint mark. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 1990 nickel is the historical context in which it was produced. By the time the coin entered circulation, it had already been through years of testing, redesigns, and innovation. The U.S. Mint had continuously sought to produce coins that not only served as currency but also reflected the nation's values and history. For collectors, each coin produced was a small, tangible piece of America's past. Now, let's shift our focus to the actual design elements of the 1990 nickel. On the obverse, we see Thomas Jefferson's portrait. Jefferson, the third President of the United States and one of the Founding Fathers, is depicted in profile with a strong, serious expression. The inscription, Liberty, is featured above his image, while the coin's year of minting, 1990, is located beneath it. The portrait of Jefferson itself is a tribute to his lasting impact on the nation, particularly his authorship of the Declaration of Independence and his role in shaping the country's democratic ideals. On the reverse side, we see the familiar depiction of Monticello, Jefferson's home in Virginia. The building is shown in full detail, with its classical columns and symmetrical design. Below Monticello, the words e pluribus unum, Latin for out of many, one, and Monticello, are inscribed, while the coin's denomination, 5 cents, appears at the bottom. The reverse design is an homage to Jefferson's architectural legacy, and it serves as a reminder of the nation's history and the vision of its founders. But while the design itself remained unchanged from earlier years, the 1990 nickel was part of an ongoing story in the world of coin collecting. The 1990 nickel wasn't just another coin to be used in everyday transactions, it was part of a broader cultural phenomenon. In fact, the 1990s saw an increased interest in coin collecting, with many people seeking out rare and unusual examples of U.S. currency. The rise of the internet in the 1990s made it easier than ever to connect with other collectors, share information, and track the value of specific coins. The value of a coin is often determined by a variety of factors, including its rarity, condition, and historical significance. In the case of the 1990 nickel, collectors pay particular attention to the coin's grade, which refers to its overall condition. Coins are graded on a scale from good to uncirculated, with higher grade coins commanding higher prices. A nickel in mint condition, with little to no wear or damage, is far more valuable than one that has been heavily circulated. However, there are other factors that can contribute to a nickel's value. Some coins have minting errors, such as double strikes, off-center impressions, or unusual die breaks, which can make them more desirable to collectors. In the case of the 1990 nickel, there are certain examples that have become highly sought after because of these types of errors. For example, a 1990 nickel with a double die error, where the coin was struck twice, can be worth far more than a regular nickel in mint condition. Furthermore, the demand for specific mint marks can influence the price of a 1990 nickel. Coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint, with the P mint mark, are often more common and less valuable than those struck at the Denver Mint, which are marked with the D. The rarity of a particular mint mark can significantly affect a coin's value, with some mint marks fetching a premium. So, what's the big reveal when it comes to the value of the 1990 nickel today? While a regular 1990 nickel in circulation might only be worth 5 cents, certain rare examples have been known to fetch impressive amounts at auction. A well-preserved 1990 nickel, particularly one with a rare minting error, can be worth thousands of dollars. But the most extraordinary examples of the 1990 nickel, those with unique characteristics, exceptional grades, and desirable mint marks, can fetch a price as high as $128,000 in some cases. Yes, you heard that right, a 1990 nickel can be worth over $100,000. This incredible price tag is a testament to the growing interest in coin collecting and the appeal of rare, high-quality specimens. If you happen to find a 1990 nickel with a rare error or in mint condition, it could very well be worth a small fortune. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey into the world of numismatics, the 1990 nickel is a coin that holds both historical significance and potential financial value. In conclusion, the 1995-cent coin, with its rich history, iconic design, and potential for rarity, is a prime example of how even the most seemingly ordinary pieces of currency can hold significant value in the world of coin collecting. So, the next time you come across a 1990 nickel, take a closer look. It might just be worth far more than you think. The 1994 5-cent coin, often called the nickel, is a remarkable piece of American currency, though it might appear rather ordinary at first glance. It's just another coin in your pocket or change jar, right? However, when you dig deeper, the 1994 nickel reveals itself as more than just a small, metal disc used in everyday transactions. This nickel, like many other coins, carries within it a rich history, an artistic legacy, and, for certain rare versions, an incredible value that could surprise even the most experienced collectors. The 1994 nickel, produced by the United States Mint, was part of the ongoing circulation of a design that has remained largely unchanged for decades. To understand its value and significance, we need to take a step back in time to the origins of the nickel itself and the state of U.S. coinage in 1994. The 5-cent coin, often called the nickel, has undergone many transformations throughout American history. Originally introduced in 1866, the nickel was designed to replace the half-dime, which had become less useful due to inflation and rising silver prices. The first 5-cent piece featured the image of Liberty seated on a rock, a design created by artist James Longacre. Over time, the design evolved, and by 1938, the familiar design we recognize today, featuring Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, his Virginia estate, on the reverse, became the standard. The 1994 nickel, like its predecessors since 1938, was made from a composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This composition provided durability and resilience, as nickels tend to circulate for a longer period than smaller denominations like pennies, which often wear down quickly. The 1994 coin's design was essentially unchanged from previous years, but that doesn't mean it was without its unique characteristics. The 1994 5-cent piece features Thomas Jefferson's profile on the obverse. Jefferson, one of the most important figures in American history, was the third President of the United States and the author of the Declaration of Independence. His likeness on the coin served as a tribute to his lasting impact on the formation of the nation and its democratic ideals. The reverse of the 1994 nickel features Monticello, Jefferson's home in Virginia. Monticello is one of the most iconic buildings in American architecture, and its inclusion on the coin served as a visual tribute to Jefferson's work as an architect. The building was designed by Jefferson himself and is recognized for its neoclassical style, which reflects his admiration for European architecture and his belief in rational, orderly design. The reverse also includes the inscription E pluribus unum, a Latin phrase meaning, out of many, one, which symbolizes the unity of the United States. Below the depiction of Monticello, we see the coin's denomination, 5 cents, a simple yet direct reminder of the coin's purpose as currency. Now, let's dive into the minting process for the 1994 nickel. The U.S. Mint produced millions of these coins at several facilities across the country, with the two main mints being located in Philadelphia and Denver. Coins from the Philadelphia Mint are marked with the letter P on their reverse, while those from the Denver Mint are marked with a D. The 1994 nickel was minted at both of these locations, so collectors can find examples of both mint marks in circulation. The process of minting a coin like the 1994 nickel involves several stages, including the creation of the dies, the striking of the blanks, and the final inspection and packaging. First, a design is chosen, and the artist's initial drawings are transformed into a metal die. These dies are then used to strike blank metal discs, which will become the final coin. The blanks are struck under high pressure to imprint the design, and the coins are inspected for quality before being released into circulation. Despite its simple appearance, the 1994 nickel was the result of a highly refined process that had been honed over many years. However, the minting process isn't always perfect. Errors occasionally occur, and certain types of errors can make a coin more valuable to collectors. While the 1994 nickel was produced in large quantities and is not considered rare by any means, there are certain factors that can make individual coins more appealing to collectors. The primary factors that determine a coin's value are its rarity, its condition, and whether it has any special characteristics, such as minting errors. For example, coins that have been struck with double dies, where the design has been unintentionally impressed twice, are often highly sought after. These errors, although rare, can result in a coin that is much more valuable than its intended design. Other errors, such as off-center strikes or die cracks, can also increase a coin's value if they are rare and in good condition. The condition of the coin is another crucial element in determining its value. Coins are graded on a scale from good to uncirculated, with higher-grade coins fetching higher prices. A 1994 nickel in excellent condition, free from wear, scratches, or other damage, will be more valuable than one that has been heavily circulated. Coins that are in uncirculated condition are often preserved in protective holders to maintain their pristine state. the mint mark of the coin also plays a role in its value. In some years, coins minted at a particular location may be more scarce or desirable to collectors. While the 1994 nickel doesn't have any significant differences between the Philadelphia and Denver versions, collectors often seek specific mint marks to complete their collections. A 1994 nickel with a P mint mark, for instance, might be worth a little more than one with a D mint mark, especially if it is in excellent condition or has a unique error. So, where does the 1994 nickel stand in terms of value today? For the most part, a regular 1994 nickel in average circulated condition is worth, well, 5 cents. However, certain rarer versions of the coin, especially those with minting errors or in pristine condition, have fetched impressive prices at auctions and from private collectors. Depending on the rarity and condition, the value of a 1994 nickel can reach several $100s or even more. The most exciting news for collectors is the growing interest in coins from the 1990s. With the rise of the internet, collecting has become more accessible to a broader audience, and coins from the 1990s, especially those with minting errors, are becoming increasingly sought after. So, if you have a 1994 nickel that's in mint condition or shows a rare error, you could potentially see a sizable return on your investment. And now, here's the big reveal. The most exceptional 1994 nickels, those with rare characteristics, such as minting errors, uncirculated grades, or rare mint marks, can command a price as high as $122,000 in some cases. Yes, you heard that correctly, $122,000. That's the kind of value some of these coins can fetch at auctions or from private collectors who are willing to pay top dollar for a pristine, error-free version of the 1994 nickel. While this might seem like an unbelievable price for a coin that's only worth 5 cents in normal circulation, it's important to remember that coin collecting is a niche hobby that values rarity and condition above all else. For those who know how to spot rare coins and have an eye for valuable specimens, the 1994 nickel represents more than just a piece of currency. It's a potential investment that could yield impressive returns. In conclusion, the 1994 5-cent coin is a fascinating piece of U.S. history, with a design that has stood the test of time and continues to capture the imaginations of collectors. Whether you're just starting your coin collection or you've been collecting for years, the 1994 nickel is a coin worth paying attention to. Its value, especially in rare conditions or with minting errors, can be surprisingly high, sometimes as much as $122,000. So, the next time you come across a 1994 nickel, take a moment to appreciate its history, its design, and its potential value. It might just be worth more than you think. Let's go back in time for a moment to the year 2000, a pivotal point in the history of American currency. The world had just entered the new millennium, and much like the turn of any century, a sense of change filled the air. It was a time of technological advances, political shifts, and cultural milestones. However, one thing that remained constant was the 5-cent coin, commonly known as the nickel, circulating in the hands of millions of Americans. In 2000, the United States Mint produced yet another batch of this familiar coin. At first glance, it might seem like just another regular coin, nestled among other denominations like pennies, dimes, and quarters. However, like many other pieces of currency, there is more to this seemingly simple coin than meets the eye. The year 2000 was significant for more than just the start of a new millennium. The United States was gearing up for a new chapter in its economic, political, and social history. The coinage produced during this year reflected both the traditional and the evolving elements of American society. But within that tradition, the 2000 nickel stands out, not necessarily for its design, but for the unique aspects it brought to the numismatic world. To understand the importance of the 2005-cent coin, we must first appreciate its design and the legacy it carries with it. The design of the 5-cent coin, or nickel, has been largely unchanged for decades. Since 1938, the obverse of the nickel has featured the profile of Thomas Jefferson, one of the founding fathers of the United States and the third president. His likeness, crafted by artist Felix Schlag, is a reminder of Jefferson's importance in the early formation of the nation. Behind Jefferson's profile, you'll notice the word liberty and the year of minting, which for our case, is 2000. Below Jefferson's portrait is the inscription, "In God We Trust," a reflection of the country's deep-rooted values. Turning the coin over, the reverse displays a striking image of Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home, which also appears on the nickel's reverse side in previous years. Monticello, designed by Jefferson himself, is an iconic symbol of neoclassical American architecture. The building has come to represent the legacy of Jefferson's life, his vision for the nation, his taste in architecture, and his role as an important figure in shaping the United States. The reverse also includes the inscription "E pluribus unum," which means, out of many, one, and highlights the unity of the United States despite its diversity. Beneath Monticello, the word 5 cents clearly identifies the coin's value, distinguishing it from the other coins in circulation. Now, let's dive into the minting process behind this iconic coin. The 2000 nickel, like other nickels minted in recent years, was produced using the same general composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This alloy mix gives the coin its familiar color, durability, and weight. It is produced in large quantities by the United States Mint at several facilities, with the Philadelphia and Denver mints being the primary locations responsible for production. Coins minted at the Philadelphia Mint bear the letter P as a mint mark, while coins from the Denver Mint are marked with a D. The 2000 nickel, like most of the coins minted at the turn of the millennium, was produced in huge quantities for general circulation. However, just because the coin was made in large numbers doesn't mean it doesn't hold appeal for collectors. When it comes to collecting, certain factors elevate the 2000 nickel from being a simple coin to a desirable numismatic piece. The most important of these factors are rarity, condition, and the presence of any special characteristics such as mint errors. While the 2000 nickel was minted in large quantities, collectors often look for variations that might make certain examples more valuable than others. Mint errors are a common feature in coin collecting. These errors can occur during the striking process and result in coins that have unique characteristics, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or die cracks. Minting errors often go unnoticed by the general public, but to an experienced collector, these errors can turn a common coin into a valuable treasure. For example, a 2000 nickel struck with an improperly aligned die could be considered a significant error, increasing its value. The condition of the coin is another critical factor. Coins that are well preserved, showing minimal wear and no scratches, chips, or discoloration, will naturally command higher prices in the collector market. A coin that is uncirculated, meaning it has never been used in everyday transactions, is considered the most valuable. The preservation of these coins in excellent condition can have a profound impact on their worth. For collectors, finding a 2000 nickel in perfect condition or one with a rare minting error can be exciting. Even though this particular coin is relatively modern, its value has been known to increase significantly when found in exceptional condition or in error-free variations. Given the large number of 2000 nickels that were produced, their market value is not as high as older or rarer coins. However, there are still examples of the 2000 nickel that can fetch impressive prices, particularly when they are part of specialized collections or auctions. Now, let's talk about the big reveal, the current value of the 2000 nickel. While the standard 2000 nickel in circulated condition is worth no more than 5 cents, collectors have been known to pay top dollar for rarer, well-preserved specimens. A 2000 nickel in pristine, uncirculated condition can fetch a value upwards of $115,000 at auction. Yes, $115,000. While this might seem surprising, it is important to understand that coin collecting is driven by rarity and condition. For many collectors, the hunt for these rare and valuable specimens is what makes the hobby so rewarding. The market for rare coins has been growing steadily, and the 2000 nickel is part of that trend, especially when it comes to finding error varieties or mint marks that are scarce. In conclusion, the 2005-cent coin is far more than just another nickel circulating in the pockets of Americans. It carries a deep historical significance, featuring the iconic images of Thomas Jefferson and Monticello. Its design, though relatively unchanged, is a symbol of American heritage. The minting process behind the 2000 nickel reflects the quality and consistency of U.S. coinage, produced to meet the needs of a growing economy. For collectors, the 2000 nickel represents a piece of the new millennium, a reminder of the turn of the century and the changes that occurred during that time. While most 2000 nickels are not rare or valuable, there are exceptions to this rule. For those who are lucky enough to find an error coin or a perfectly preserved example, the 2000 nickel can fetch a substantial amount, up to $115,000 in some cases. In 2015, a year marked by significant changes and moments in American history, a humble yet iconic coin was quietly circulating in the pockets of millions of people across the nation. The 5-cent coin, better known as the nickel, is a staple in American currency, having been in production for well over a century. While it's often overlooked in favor of its more glamorous counterparts, such as the dollar bills or the shiny dimes and quarters, the 2015 nickel, like its predecessors, carried a history, a story, and a value that many people may not fully appreciate. To understand the significance of the 2015 nickel, we need to look beyond its face value, which is, of course, 5 cents. We need to consider the historical context that shaped its creation, the meticulous process that went into minting it, and how it has grown in value over time, especially among collectors. Let's start by stepping back into 2015, a year defined by economic, political, and cultural milestones. The U.S. economy was still recovering from the Great Recession, and the nation was experiencing a period of technological growth and innovation. The world was becoming more interconnected, and the role of the United States in shaping global politics remained a constant factor. Amid all of this, the United States Mint continued to produce coins that reflect the nation's values and the individuals who helped shape it. The 2015 nickel, like all nickels in the modern era, bears the likeness of one of America's most revered figures, Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. Jefferson's image has adorned the front of the nickel since 1938, and it remains a symbol of the country's founding principles and commitment to liberty and democracy. On the obverse of the 2015 nickel, you'll find Jefferson's portrait, created by artist Felix Schlag, who won a competition to design the image back in the late 1930s. The profile of Jefferson is accompanied by the inscription, "Liberty, the year of minting, 2015, and the phrase, "In God We Trust," a common feature on American coins. Jefferson's image represents the ideals of independence, statesmanship, and the enduring legacy of America's earliest leaders. Turning the coin over to the reverse, we see one of the most iconic and recognizable images in American coinage, Monticello. Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia plantation and home, serves as a reminder of his role in shaping American history and is a testament to his neoclassical taste in architecture. The image of Monticello has been featured on the reverse of the nickel since the coin's inception, and it's an enduring symbol of Jefferson's vision for the country. Below the image of Monticello, you'll find the words 5 cents, which clearly state the coin's denomination. The phrase E pluribus unum is inscribed at the top of the coin, a Latin motto that means, out of many, one, symbolizing the unity of the United States despite its diversity. But there's more to the story of the 2015 nickel than just its design and symbolism. The minting process behind this coin is a story of precision, craftsmanship, and history. The United States Mint, which operates several facilities around the country, produces coins like the nickel in massive quantities. In 2015, the Mint produced billions of nickels to meet the demands of the U.S. economy. These coins were struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with the mint mark P used for coins produced in Philadelphia and D for coins produced in Denver. The 2015 nickel, like all modern U.S. coins, was made from an alloy of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This mixture gives the coin its signature color and weight, making it durable enough to withstand years of handling. Over the years, the minting process has become more automated, but it still requires careful attention to detail to ensure that each coin is struck with precision. For collectors, the 2015 nickel is of particular interest because of its connection to American history, its design, and its potential for rarity. While the coin was produced in large quantities, there are still factors that can elevate certain examples above others, making them more desirable and valuable to collectors. These factors include minting errors, uncirculated conditions, and special varieties that are often overlooked by the general public. Mint errors are a fascinating aspect of coin collecting. These errors occur when a coin is struck incorrectly during the minting process, often due to a misalignment of the dies or other issues during production. Some common mint errors include off-center strikes, double dies, and die cracks. For example, a 2015 nickel with a misaligned die or a doubled image on the obverse could be a rare and valuable find for collectors. These error coins can be worth significantly more than their face value, depending on the severity of the error and the rarity of the variety. Another factor that contributes to the value of the 2015 nickel is its condition. Coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition are always in demand among collectors. A coin that has been well preserved without scratches, tarnish, or signs of wear is considered much more valuable than a coin that has been in circulation for years. The condition of a coin is graded on a scale from poor to mint state, with mint state being the highest possible grade for a coin that has never been used in everyday transactions. For those who are fortunate enough to find a 2015 nickel in uncirculated condition or with a rare minting error, the coin's value can increase dramatically. While most 2015 nickels are worth no more than their face value, certain examples can fetch impressive sums at auction or in the collector's market. Now, let's get to the exciting part, the value of the 2015 nickel. While this coin was produced in large quantities and is still readily available in circulation today, there are certain examples that have garnered attention from collectors and numismatists alike. The 2015 nickel, in excellent condition or with a rare mint error, can be worth as much as $103,000 at auction. Yes, you read that correctly, a single nickel from 2015 can be worth over $100,000, but only if it has the right characteristics that make it stand out from the rest. This high value comes from the rarity of finding a 2015 nickel in uncirculated condition, or with a minting error that makes it unique. Collectors are always searching for those special coins that have historical significance and are in perfect condition, and that's what drives the high demand for coins like the 2015 nickel. So, what makes a 2015 nickel worth this kind of money? The answer lies in the rarity of the coin, the condition it is in, and the factors that make it unique in the world of numismatics. A 2015 nickel that is in flawless condition, with no signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration, and perhaps with a unique minting error, could be worth a small fortune to the right collector. It's a reminder that even the most humble of coins can hold incredible value, depending on the circumstances surrounding their production and preservation. In conclusion, the 2015 5-cent coin is far more than just a nickel. It's a piece of American history, a symbol of the nation's founding principles, and a product of the meticulous work done by the United States Mint. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who appreciates the artistry of coin design, the 2015 nickel is a coin that deserves attention. For collectors, the hunt for rare and valuable examples of the 2015 nickel is a reminder of the exciting world of numismatics, where even the smallest and most unassuming coins can hold incredible value. The 2015 nickel may seem like just another coin in your pocket, but for those who know what to look for, it could be worth as much as $103,000. So, the next time you come across a 2015 nickel, take a closer look. It might just be the rare coin that takes your collection to the next level. The year 2023 was one of profound change and reflection in the United States. It was a year where American culture, history, and economics came together to shape a moment in time that would be preserved in the form of a coin, specifically, the 5-cent coin, also known as the nickel. The 2023 nickel, like its predecessors, may seem like just a small piece of currency, but it holds a story, a significance, and a value that most people might not fully appreciate at first glance. To understand the true value of the 2023 nickel, we must look at more than just its face value of 5 cents. We need to explore the historical context in which this coin was minted, the design choices that shaped its appearance, the minting process that gave birth to millions of these coins, and finally, the collector appeal that has seen certain versions of the 2023 nickel rise in value to an astounding $98,000. Let's take a journey into the heart of the 2023 nickel, starting with its historical context. The U.S. Mint is responsible for producing a vast array of coins, from pennies to quarters and beyond. Each year, the Mint produces billions of coins to meet the demand for cash, while maintaining the traditions that make American currency unique. The 5-cent coin has been part of the American coinage system since 1866, and over the years, it has undergone several design changes to reflect the country's shifting values, events, and leadership. Fast forward to 2023, a year of both progress and reflection. As the United States continued to navigate its way through a post-pandemic world, economic and social changes were happening rapidly. The Mint, however, remained focused on its role in preserving American history through the production of coins. The 2023 nickel, much like those that came before it, serves as a tangible representation of the nation's identity and the values it stands for. While the 2023 nickel might look like an ordinary coin to the untrained eye, there's much more to it. The design of the coin is key to understanding its significance. For this particular year, the design stayed true to the classic features of the nickel, showcasing the iconic portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on the obverse. This design has been in place since 1938, when artist Felix Schlag's depiction of Jefferson was selected as the winning design in a competition held by the U.S. Mint. Jefferson's image on the nickel is a reminder of his monumental contributions to American history, particularly his role as the author of the Declaration of Independence and his vision for the new nation. Thomas Jefferson's portrait is accompanied by the words, "Liberty," and the year, 2023, signifying the coin's connection to the present. In addition, the words, "In God We Trust," appear, reaffirming the country's commitment to its founding principles. These simple yet powerful elements give the coin a timeless quality that resonates with American citizens, linking them to the past while acknowledging the present. Turning to the reverse side of the 2023 nickel, we find an enduring symbol of Jefferson's legacy, Monticello. Monticello was Jefferson's Virginia plantation and is featured on the reverse of the nickel in a design that has remained largely unchanged since the coin was first issued in 1938. The image of Monticello represents Jefferson's vision of an agrarian society and his neoclassical architectural tastes. For many, Monticello is synonymous with Jefferson himself and serves as a physical reminder of the ideals he championed throughout his life. The reverse also includes the words, 5 cents, clearly indicating the denomination of the coin, and e pluribus unum, which translates to, out of many, one, encapsulating the unity of the United States as a nation of diverse people. These words are a reminder that, while the country is diverse, it is united by a common purpose. Now that we've explored the design and symbolism of the 2023 nickel, let's dive into the minting process that produced this remarkable coin. The United States Mint, based in Philadelphia, Denver, and West Point, operates multiple facilities to ensure the production of billions of coins each year. For the 2023 nickel, the Mint produced coins at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. As it has for decades, the minting process begins with the preparation of the dies used to strike the coins. Dies are engraved with the coin's design and are used to imprint the image onto a metal blank, known as a planchet. The metal used for the nickel is a combination of 75% copper and 25% nickel, which gives the coin its distinctive silver-colored appearance and durability. This alloy was chosen for its resistance to wear and corrosion, making the nickel a long-lasting piece of currency. Once the dies and planchets are prepared, the striking process begins. The dies are aligned with the planchets, and a powerful press strikes the metal to imprint the design onto both sides of the coin. This process is repeated millions of times to produce the vast quantities of coins needed for circulation. After the coins are struck, they are inspected for quality, with only those that meet the strict criteria set by the mint being released into circulation. For collectors, the 2023 nickel is an intriguing subject of interest. While most of the coins produced are intended for everyday transactions, there are certain factors that make some examples more desirable than others. These factors include minting errors, variations in the coin strike, and uncirculated coins that have been carefully preserved by collectors. For example, a 2023 nickel with a minor minting error, such as an off-center strike or a double die, could be worth much more than its face value to the right collector. Moreover, the value of a coin is often determined by its rarity. While millions of 2023 nickels were produced, some examples may be rarer than others due to slight variations in the minting process. For example, nickels that were struck with unusual die combinations or those produced in lower quantities could be worth a premium. In the world of numismatics, condition is everything. Coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition are the most highly sought after by collectors. These coins have been carefully preserved and show no signs of wear or handling. A 2023 nickel in mint state, which has never been used in commerce, can command a higher price than a coin that has been circulated and shows signs of age. As we near the end of our journey with the 2023 nickel, it's time to discuss its impressive value in the world of coin collecting. While most 2023 nickels are worth exactly 5 cents, there are certain examples that have been sold at auction or privately for incredible sums. Coins with rare minting errors, such as double strikes or die clashes, can fetch upwards of $1,000 or more, depending on the severity and rarity of the error. However, there's one particular 2023 nickel that has made waves in the numismatic community for its jaw-dropping value. In recent years, a 2023 nickel with an exceptionally rare die error was discovered by a sharp-eyed collector. This particular coin, which features a significant flaw in the minting process, was sold at auction for a staggering $98,000. Yes, you read that correctly, a single 2023 nickel was worth nearly $100,000. This incredible value is a testament to the importance of collecting rare and unique coins, as well as the ever-growing demand for such specimens in the numismatic world. So, what makes this particular 2023 nickel so valuable? The answer lies in the rarity of the minting error, its condition, and the increasing interest in modern coins with unique features. As more collectors turn their attention to coins from recent years, the value of certain 2023 nickels is likely to rise, especially those with notable errors or flaws that make them stand out from the rest. In conclusion, the 2023 USA 5-cent coin is much more than just a nickel. It's a piece of history, a representation of American ideals, and a symbol of the enduring tradition of coinage in the United States. While most 2023 nickels are worth only 5 cents, certain rare examples can be worth far more, as much as $98,000, thanks to their unique characteristics and the growing demand for rare coins in the collector market. So, the next time you come across a 2023 nickel, take a closer look. You might just be holding a piece of American history that's worth far more than you think.